Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. We're back at you with another Monday podcast where we're going to be talking about everything NFL. And right now, there's not a lot going on in the NFL. it is dry out there. Ian Rappaport is talking about the Kentucky Derby. That's how dry it is right now. The draft happened. Now we're just waiting for training camp. Some other last minute free agents to get signed. And then we're coming up close to the NFL the year. How are you guys feeling right now after your team is drafted? How are you guys feeling about your team going forward?
Like I felt last week and like I felt the week before, we didn't have much of a draft, but you know what? We got some Michigan players, go blue. We got the best kicker in the draft. Who else can say that? We got the best kicker in the draft who might be the best kicker of all time. That's all I'm saying, right? But no, we got some pretty good picks in the late round, and Shanahan and Lynch do a very good job in late round picks. So let's see how it goes. I'm excited to move forward, and I'm excited for this upcoming season, man.
Wow. Imagine being excited about a kicker from your draft. Jeez.
Hey man, I think AJ is just happy because he knows he has no holes in his team currently, most likely.
Thank you.
But I liked our draft too. I thought we did the same thing we did last year, and hopefully these guys turn out the way that last year's guys turned out. So I think we're moving in the right direction. And there's a coach over there in San Francisco that says, we're closing the gap pretty fast. But what was his name, AJ?
Oh, hold up.
Oh, it's a
I'm
GM.
The GM? What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a GM in San Francisco that says
John Lynch?
yeah.
No, that was fake news, dude. That was
Fake news?
Sports MTZ. You don't trust Sports MTZ, dude. Hey, honestly, Kyrie, what's your addy, bro? We're all gonna meet up, and we're all gonna
Oh my god.
take you to town, dude.
Who does this guy think he is?
Who do you think you are, Kyrie? Huh? Who's your running back next season? That's what I thought.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
This is JK. How y'all doing? We're doing good. How are you doing, Kyrie, man? Good to see you. Good to have you back in the stream. And as he just said, this is the topic of the video right now. Gabriel, thank you. Thank you, man.
Get that trash out of here.
Okay, fine, whatever. But today's topic of our video is the 5 worst teams in the NFL.
So
We're
glad
each
you're
going to go
here, man.
individually. We're going to go from 5th worst to the worst. And we're going to talk about who we think is the worst teams in the NFL going into the 2023 season. And all I have to say is, please don't be the Packers. Please don't be the Packers. Please don't be the Packers. We'll see how this year goes.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to go ahead and start us off. I'm going to go from the 5th worst. So this will be like, in order to like imagine this for you guys, maybe it is like the 5th pick in the draft or whatever, Like they're the 5th worst team next year. So at the 5th worst, I got the team that had one of the worst closeouts last year. As they finished the year, they lost their last 7 games. And I think they're going to continue that trend moving in to this next year, 2023. I got the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh, okay.
As my 5th worst team. I think they aren't really they are in a transitioning period, and they haven't fully accepted that with Tannehill's huge cap. Derrick Henry is getting older. He's not the same running back he was 2-3 years ago. And they're losing a lot of defensive players. They're not the same team they used to be. I don't think they're going to be able to close out games this next year. So I got them as my 5th worst team. That's kind of like the shocker one here, right? I think all the rest of these teams, I think everybody kind of expects them to be around this area, okay? Next, I got the Chicago Bears as the 4th worst team.
What?
Yes, the Bears are in my bottom. Is that too high, or?
I just wouldn't expect you to say the Chicago Bears being worse than the Tennessee Titans. That's just me though. Like, wow. I mean, it's your list.
Listen, yeah. I think the Bears are going to take a lot of steps forward, and in the year after this one, in 2024, I think they're going to be a much more competitive team. I will give them that. But this year, I think they're going to go through a lot of struggling pains, and maybe they figure it out at the end of the year. But I do not think the Bears are going to be very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and the 3rd worst team, I got the Washington Commanders. AJ, are you okay?
That's not water, boys.
That's not water. You didn't even finish. There's still some in there.
You should have done it like those people on TikTok when you
Oh, or they do that bottle.
That's crazy, dude. I don't know how you do that.
I had to
done
drink that after
before.
listening to Reed's list so far, but
Fine.
Good
Jeez. Yeah, I got the Washington Commanders at third to worst. I think there's a lot of good parts of this team. Reed not looking so far after smashing the Bears.
I'm not the
like
only
that.
one. I'm not the only one.
Hey, I know the Chicago Bears better than anybody here. All right. I've seen them a lot. I know who they are. I know what they're going to be this next year. All right.
Ooh.
They're not going to be that good.
I like to make a
Kyrie.
bet, though.
Kyrie says Joe Mixon is our starting running back, and Chase Brown, who is really good, is our third down back. Is Joe Mixon going to play this next year? He might be in jail.
We don't know if Joe Mixon's playing. We also don't know if Jamar Chase is going to be playing. So, yeah, at least you can afford your quarterback now.
True. Yeah, back to the Commanders. I think there's a lot of good parts of this team. I think they have some really good defensive players, and I think they have probably one of the best wide receiver trios in the league. But I have a lot of question marks about their quarterback and everything else about this team, from coaching to everything else. I don't like them. I think I just don't like where this team is going. So that's my third to worst. Second to worst. He's still got the Joe Burr, though, Kyrie says. Second to worst, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think this is a team that's in a full rebuild with having Baker on their team. I don't think Baker's going to be – who knows if he's their starting quarterback for all 17 games. I definitely don't think it – I definitely think they may try to mix it up there. Maybe he gets hurt, etc. But they are in a full rebuild with losing a lot of players the past year and this year. They are trying to find themselves. I don't think they're going to be a very good team. And Kyrie says the Packers are number one. We are going to be bad, but we are not going to be that bad, Kyrie, okay? Give us some credit.
Chris Godwin's still with the Bucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought one of them was leaving, either Godwin or Evan.
No, Evans isn't.
Is this their last year? Both of them?
It
Has
might
to be,
be.
right?
I don't know their contract
Godwin.
situation off the top of my head.
That's
Yeah, I
that's
don't
a bold prediction right here by Brady Griffin. It says when Kyler Murray comes back, he eventually will get benched. Are you talking about this upcoming season or eventually in his career? Because eventually in his career, I definitely can see that. Yeah. And this season, I mean, they don't have anything. They really don't have anything going on for them. They should have invested into a quarterback. But they did the right thing. They moved back, got some picks out of it. I appreciate that. Hate the team, though.
Curry says, never mind, you all got the future Patrick Mahomes, right? Yes, we do. We do. Jordan Love.
I like how he references our TikToks. I love that.
He does. He pays attention. We appreciate that,
He does.
Curry. Caleb says, hi, what is up, Caleb? How you doing, man? So, Bucks, I got second to worst, and my worst team, my prediction for next year is going to be the Arizona Cardinals.
Whoa!
I think they are going to be having a rough start to the beginning of the year with Kyler Murray fighting back from his injury. And there's a lot of question marks on this team, as the whole roster, in my opinion. Who knows if DeAndre Hopkins is even going to play for them? The latest I heard, who said I'm leaving, but I don't fully buy that yet. I definitely think he could still be moved before the season starts. I don't like this team. I think they are potentially have the first overall pick next year, and we'll see what they do with it. So that's my top five. Brady says this season, and they will draft a quarterback. I would be very surprised if they had a high pick again. It's really hard not to. But the problem is with the price tag and contract you're in with Kyler Murray, the only way I see them doing it is trying to trade him. But I don't know if they were going to be able to get rid of him to another team with that contract.
Probably not that contract, but you know what? If you have a strong head coach that wants to make a statement saying, "Hey, this is not the route. This is not the way our team is going to be headed to. So we don't need that type of attitude. We'd rather sit you." Then that would be awesome, right? We've seen some coaches do that, but their head coach Jonathan Gannon, I believe, doesn't have the ganas. You see what I
Nope.
did there to actually
He
sit
does
him
not.
down. There's a lot of pressure with the Arizona Cardinals and Coach Gannon. Definitely don't see that happening. I would love to see it happen, but with today's NFL, the players are ruling the league. So I guess we could move on. First, Caleb says the Panthers or Broncos worst team. I don't know, Reed. Panthers or Broncos, even with the new head coaching staff over there, the Broncos, and even with a new franchise quarterback with the Carolina Panthers. That's Caleb's hot take right there. We could move on. Vince, you want to go or you want me to step in and
I want to go just because
okay.
mine is pretty similar to Reed, so I don't want us to be like, oh, Vince is the last one. He's got to probably have something crazy because I don't. It's pretty similar to Reed's. The only thing crazy that I do have is I have 2 honorable mention teams, and Caleb just mentioned one of them, and it was the Carolina Panthers. They're my 7th worst team. I think that getting a young QB in Bryce Young is good, but they have aging receivers, I guess you could say, or receivers who haven't been superstars. So they got Adam Thielen, aging guy. He's probably going to have some production, but he's not going to be the number one. They got DJ Chark. He hasn't had that superstar year yet. He might this year. Who knows? If he can get on pace with Bryce Young and, they have some of their favorite routes that they can run, maybe he'll pop off, but I just don't see it yet. I don't think this is the season that he gets that type of production. And their defense is all right, but they're still a bottom 5 for me. I still think they need some work. The culture doesn't change that quickly with every team that gets a new head coach. They're gonna have growing pains. Caleb says Panthers QB killers like the Browns at one point. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully Bryce Young has a great career in the NFL, but we will see. But yeah, I have Carolina Panthers at the 7th worst when my honorable mention list. The second one, Nestor, don't clip this, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
This is my crazy pick right here. The 6th worst team. Yeah. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are taking a decline. You didn't really hear much from them in the draft this year. They didn't make any spectacular picks.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop you right there.
No, and I'm not talking about the offensive linemen. No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Picks. No, I'm not. They didn't make any spectacular picks.
Oh my.
They made a good pick getting an offensive lineman. They're building the trenches, but that doesn't make them a playoff team. That doesn't make them a better team than they were last year. Yes, they're going to protect Kenny Pickett better, and Najee Harris might get the ball rolling, but I don't think one offensive lineman change right there. I don't think that changes the flavor of the pudding. I don't think that is something that makes them a better team. I think it makes them probably a worse team because they have a lot of different areas they need to target. And then I'm not bashing an offensive line. AJ thinks I always bash on him and offensive linemen just because I think that maybe their picks aren't that exciting. It helps the team a lot, but a lot of people don't really.
I love to see this guy play Madden.
You'd love to see me play Madden?
See you draft a team in Madden.
Whenever we draft teams, read his first 5 picks for offensive linemen.
I mean, how do you
run
do?
The trenches.
How do you do?
He does good.
Yeah,
you do good.
Dominates.
Went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's probably because nobody else is picking him, right?
Can I have my input?
Yeah, go.
You're a positionist. You know that? You're a straight up positionist.
I'm a positionist.
You're a positionist. Okay. This is a new word in our vocabulary in the football, book of vocab. Positionist is you're basically racist towards positions here. Okay. Offensive lives matter. They matter. Okay. Big sexy. They all matter. you might not find it exciting because it's not a QB or it's not a Basham head nose guard or a line. But you know what? I love the pick that Pittsburgh had. They were recorded as the worst offensive lineman in the league last year. And then they made a move. I got the left tackle for Philadelphia, who had the best offensive line last year. And then they get the second best pick in offensive lineman this year in the draft. This is going to be huge. This is going to help out the Pittsburgh Steelers so much. I mean, you're going to give your quarterback time to make plays. You're going to give that young wide receiver to get open. You're going to have Najee Harris coming into his first ever healthy season. This is exciting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you know me, I'm not a Pittsburgh guy. I'm not. I'm a fantasy football guy. So I got a lot to say about Najee Harris. He's not a top 10 pick. I won't say that. But Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm very excited to see how they're going to do in this effed up division that they're in. Effed up. I mean, psychological ex-girlfriend crazy up in here. Except for the Bengals. The Bengals are going in the right direction. But everyone else, I don't know what's going on. But I respect it because I was considering Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'll respect that it's not your bottom five. I respect that.
Yeah, it's not my bottom five.
All right, let's get through some comments here. The comment section was going crazy. Gabriel said Bryce Young equals Kyler Murray. I don't know about that. We'll have to see.
He's the heightest.
Caleb says Vince is not wrong. The Steelers were the third team I will pick. Okay, he agrees with you. Brady Griffin, Steelers are going 9-8. I like that. Brady.
I think
Mike Sutherland keeps his record going of not having a losing season. Patriot Gabe says, I hope Nestor is fuming, RN. He is fuming, definitely. Caleb says, ye big setsy. I think he called you that, AJ.
That was my play in high school.
Kyrie says, trust me, they matter. Talking about offensive linemen. And Caleb says, we like to eat hamburgers. I ate 3 of them during lunch before practice.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
I was pushing it with 2. Jesus, man.
Oh my gosh. Did you eat like 3 single patties or like double deckers? Did you get crazy? Go to triple decker? Let us know. But Vince, you go on with your picks here. I need more water.
Okay,
I'm running out.
so I'll talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers just a little bit more. I think the Steelers are not a good team. You know, last year I think their division was way worse than it is going to be this year. I think their division gets a little bit better. AJ's fuming right now. He's gonna go throw some stuff.
He's gonna go some water. He just flipped this off.
But
I
just don't see their offense improving more than it is already. You know, I think that they're the same team. Definitely their linemen are better, but they have no stars in my opinion. They did get that nice wide receiver that could possibly help them after losing Chase Claypool, but you know, I still don't know how Kenny Pickett is going to transition in this league. I still think he's a placement quarterback. He's just the guy to get through the hump right now, honestly. So I don't see them getting any better, but this is just my opinion. You know, I could be totally wrong. Maybe the Steelers make the playoffs. Maybe they go 10-7. That's where I possibly have their ceiling if I'm totally wrong. But I think their floor is somewhere around 5 wins.
wow.
Yeah, I don't think they're a very good team. Their defense is good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not very positive on their offense. You know, I think that's where their downfall is. So that's my honorable mention. They're the 6th worst team. And don't get me wrong, you can be the 6th worst team.
We haven't gotten into your top 5 yet?
No, dude, I haven't.
It's supposed to be an honorable mention, not going all in depth.
I get water and I come back. We haven't hit the top 5.
We haven't hit the top 5.
I'm right about to, AJ. You came in the right time. So, like I said, my top 5 is pretty much exactly like Reed's. At 5, I have the Chicago Bears. I think Reed had them at 4. You know, the Bears got better. They drafted some good players. I just don't think it transitions well. Justin Fields is a good quarterback, but he still needs a lot of work. That offense needs a lot of work. The defense still needs a lot of work. They only got a few guys that can really help them win some games, and I think they're the 5th worst team in the league right now. Next, I have the Washington Commanders. I think Reed had them at 3. Their QB position is up in the air. I like Sam Howell, but I still don't know how he's going to transition into this league. He hasn't gotten his time of day yet, so this year will be his time of day, and hopefully he does good. But right now, before all that, Jacoby Brissett and Jake Fromm, if they have to rely on those guys because Sam Howell isn't it's not going to be a really good season for them. So that's my big takeaway there. They look good on paper, maybe besides the quarterback position on the defensive side, but again, offense is the big kicker for me. How are they going to score points? How are they going to win some games? So at number 3, I have the Houston Texans. I'm a Houston Texans fan, but I'm realistic here. They got a lot of good players. They got CJ Stroud. They got John Mechie the third. He's coming back after his cancer battle. Amazing. I think he's going to do really well in this league. But again, this team still is transitioning with that head coach and that culture change. Lovie Smith did a really good job last year in trying to get the culture back to, let's grind it out. Let's get back to winning. Let's try to gather as many picks as we can. Let's try to build this team on talent in the draft. And, let's let go of big contracts. They let go of Brandon Cooks. So that was something good. He was pretty much holding them down, in my opinion. But yeah, Houston Texans, third worst team, in my opinion. I still think that they need a lot of work, even though their depth chart is getting better. Second, exactly like Reed, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, I just don't know if Baker Mayfield's going to be able to do it. Kyle Trask is right behind him. Again, he didn't transition well into the league. He wasn't really a top quarterback when he got drafted. And Evans and Godwin, their star wide receivers, really good. But was Tom Brady the reason that they had spectacular seasons these past 2-3 years? I probably say yes, because I don't think Baker Mayfield can throw the rock as accurate as Tom Brady did. So that's the reason I think their offense takes a little bit of a dip. They will still get a lot of production, but I don't think they're going to be as competitive as they were these past 2 to 3 years. And first, just like Reed, Arizona Cardinals. Me and AJ probably know the best about these teams. We see the direction they're going. This Gannon guy as their head coach, he does not have the ganas, like AJ said. He does not. He's a guy that acts like he's all about it in his press conferences and stuff like that. But again, he was getting pretty much carried by that Philadelphia team. I think now it's a wake-up call. He's in Arizona. They have literally zero defense. Nothing. With Budda Baker on his way out, they got one guy that they drafted last year. Can't even remember his name. That's how irrelevant he was at the linebacker position. Like, he just was not good. So I think the Arizona Cardinals are just a really, really bad team. I agree with Reed. They could have a really high pick. Are they the worst team in the league? I think it's a high probability, but for sure they're bottom 5. So yeah, Cardinals are my worst team in the league. I'll hand it off to you now, AJ.
Wow. Okay, nice. I like how both of y'all think the Cardinals going to be the worst team in the league, because, obviously don't like the Cardinals. Vince, I know you don't like the Cardinals. So, wish nothing but the worst for them. But, if you're a Cardinals fan watching, appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. We'll move on. Brady Griffin says, who do you guys think is the most mid team out there in the NFL? I love this question because I think about this all the time, right? Especially when I'm playing Madden. If I don't want to play as my favorite team, I'm like, okay, let me play as a team that doesn't get a lot of recognition out there, right? That's not too crazy, not too far up there. Before I would have said it was the Jets, right? But they got Aaron Rodgers. They basically got the whole Packers team. It's kind of weird because I sent Vincent a picture earlier today where it's like Aaron Rodgers complaining to the Packers that, oh, you never give me the weapons that I want. Goes to the Jets. Hey, give me exactly all the single weapons that I had over there in the Green Bay. So it doesn't make any sense. Aaron Rodgers is all about himself. Who cares about him? But Brady Griffin, just to answer your question, through my eyes, I would say it's like the Jaguars, but they're a little tier up above mid. So honestly, I would like to say that who is the Cleveland Browns, right? The Cleveland Browns is probably my mid-tier team because I feel like that's a team that's going to get a handful of wins in their pocket, but really not a team that you're afraid of, right? Really not a team that you think, oh, they have a real chance of making it to the Super Bowl and winning it, right? You don't think about that when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. You think about them as like, oh, wow, they got Nick Chubb, pretty strong offense. They got a few spectacular plays, whatnot, but nothing too fancy. I think it's a middle of a pack team in the NFL. What do you guys think here?
For me, I think of the Raiders. The Raiders, they got Garoppolo, but at the end of the day, they're in the AFC. They're in a tough division. I don't think, AJ, calm down. I know it's just said Garoppolo. You can't just start freaking out, okay? Professional here, all right?
You just started
Come
looking at his
on.
looks, bro.
But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, this is a team that's going to go either have just above a winning record and maybe make the playoffs, or they're going to have just a below winning record. That's where the Raiders sit at, in my opinion.
You know, I kind of like tell myself maybe this isn't a mid pick now because of how great they did this year, but I've always seen the New York Giants as a mid team. They're always either decent, they have a lot of good players, never translates to wins. This year it did, but their schedule was so easy, as was the Cowboys, as was the Commanders, as was the Eagles. So, in my opinion, I still think they're a mid team. Do I like them in the direction they're going in now? Yeah, they're getting a lot better. They're getting a lot of cohesiveness on their offense and their defense. So I think they are becoming a really good team. But in my opinion, they're still a mid team until they can give me another winning season.
All right. I like that. Caleb said he's buying Domino's. Get me some too. Let's have a pizza party once again. Brady says, Patriots, in my opinion. What a humble answer there, Brady. And this is just I'm going to piss off a lot of people here. Okay. Because now we're getting into my bottom five. My bottom five teams.
Okay.
First off, I want to bleed into Vincent some honorable mentions. I'll take my honorable mentions with a grain of salt because making this bottom five list, you guys might say it's easy, but for me, compared to the past, we are stacked with great teams in the NFL. These are all great teams, right? You know, maybe one or two, you're like, but this is a competitive league now. I like it, and hopefully it stays competitive and it keeps on evening out. But I want to read this first. Caleb says he sees the Houston Texans as a mid team because they made good picks, and it's just what he thinks. I think it would be a little bit below mid tier, but
Yes.
hey, that's good. We'll see what happens. New head coach, new franchise QB. But honorable mentions, we have the New England Patriots I put on there because one, they're going to get super discouraged because of the division that they're in, which is just top notch nowadays. And two, Bill Belichick, this is a question I have for you. What do you do? What do you do? Right? What direction are you going in? Are you going to keep Mac Jones? Is that really the guy who cries on the field multiple times a season due to a high ankle sprain, because his pet goldfish died? Is that the guy that you want to lead your team out there? Really?
This guy's a player-ish, like positionist guy.
A positionist, get it right? Dude, can't get head coach's name.
No, it's because you only do specific players though.
Like, I don't like Mac Jones. People know that, right? But there's some sense when it comes to the Patriots. Really, do you guys see the Patriots as a mere top tier team? I'm surprised they didn't hit your honorable mentions.
I think they're a mid-tier team. I still think they win.
I think they're in the 10 worst teams.
Okay, so
yeah.
In the honorable mentions, yeah.
This is, like I said, it's an honorable mention, right? It's honorable. I got quite a few there, right? Next up, I got the Green Bay Packers as an honorable mention, but I can't put them at the bottom five because you just don't know. You don't know what's going to come out of them. You don't know Jordan Love is going to be the third coming, the third guy that comes out of the
please.
We don't know, right? But if he's not that guy, if he doesn't pan out,
if he blows chunks, we're in the bottom five.
Row Reggie, right? That's what you say. You don't. Wow, it's just a total coin flip right there. So I got them. I got the Denver Broncos as my honorable mention, just because they're still going to be a bad team, but I feel like Sean Payton's going to whip some stuff up that he's going to give his recipes to Russ to let him cook, right? So here are my recipes. Don't go off. Don't add your own seasoning. Don't do jack crap. You just do exactly what I tell you to do, and we will find success. And I think that's how they're gonna build some confidence there. Okay,
I
so
like
now let's
that.
go to the 5. Actually, I gotta add one more team on there. Okay, let's go to the 5. Number 5, I have the Arizona Cardinals. Right, a lot of people, you guys might say it's pretty high because I don't have them as dead last.
Oh,
I know. I have one more honorable mention. I didn't mention, but that's fine. But let's do it at tie, right? Tie for 5th. I got the Arizona
okay.
Cardinals and the LA Rams. Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, because really it's a coin toss, right? Coin toss. Jeez. With the LA Rams, if Matthew Stafford, the hell's his name? Cooper Cup and Aaron Donald all stay healthy. Hey, they're a mid-tier team. Mid-tier
Yeah.
at best.
Me too.
Right?
Yep.
If one of those guys can't stay healthy, they're done. That's it. Kaboosh. They're bad, right? And then you go to the Arizona Cardinals. You have Kyler Murray, who is just a little damn kid that no one can stand. It's just so naggy, but keeps getting his way. They keep spoiling him. To the team doesn't want to be there. DeAndre Hopkins doesn't want to be there. Buda Baker doesn't want to be there. You lost J.J. Watt. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. So what do? How great is this team? The Arizona Cardinals are not going to be that good, but I'm not going to rank them lower than 5 because I still feel like they could whip up a few wins if they all, get together on the same page. But I'm not too crazy about Gannon, their new head coach. I'm really not too crazy. I'm piggybacking off of Vincent here and saying he did get carried just a little bit with the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's move on. I have the Las Vegas Raiders. As handsome as Jimmy G is, as
Wow.
many strippers as they want to offer him, it is a business team. It is not a Super Bowl wannabe competitor team, right? This is business first. Show me the money. Jimmy G, money shot face. I mean, you saw it, right? They're not going to do much. They didn't get a quarterback. That just means that they're in it just to win it. And what I mean by win it, I mean win big, cha-ching, right? That is their motto. Let's go out there. They're not going to. Josh McDaniels is just a horrible head coach. Has no earthly idea what he's doing. Moving forward, we have the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans out there, I don't think they're going to do much. They got another QB. What's that QB room going to look like? Derrick Henry's on his last years. What's going to happen? I don't know. Can you tell me? You can't because no one knows. Who are they? Don't know. Don't care. I don't think they're going to do anything anytime soon. Up next, we got the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, I want to like them. They got D'Amico Ryans. They addressed a lot on the draft. They did very well. Unless they're like the New York Jets, which I highly doubt because that never happens, then I take it back. But we just got to see what happens. Let's see what CJ Stroud's all about. Let's see what that defense is all about. And wish them the best because I hate seeing them in the bottom almost every freaking year. But yeah, there you go, guys.
That's your top 5. So you got Texans as the worst team.
Yeah, the Texans, that's the worst team. Yes, I do.
I'm very surprised by that because I feel like you've said in the past few weeks that they would be improving, they would get more wins than they did last year. I'm very surprised by that from you, honestly.
Yeah, I said they're going to improve and get more wins. Like I said, this is a very good league. I'm not saying this team's going to get 1 or 2 wins. I still believe this team's going to get, like I said, 5 wins. I said 5 wins last time, I believe.
Okay.
But I feel like that is the bedrock of the NFL right now, just because of how competitive these teams are.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that's how AJ is thinking. Like, the worst teams aren't going winless anymore, or 1 win or 2 wins. Now it's like, everybody's got good players. Everybody's evening out. Some teams are way above every other team, like the Eagles, Bengals, 49ers. There's just teams that are, they're dead set on the playoffs already before the season even starts. But there's some teams that are really improving, and these bottom teams really have been making a lot of good GM moves, a lot of head coaching moves. I just think the entire NFL is getting better. So yeah, I think the bottom team this year will probably have 4 or 5 wins as the floor.
Okay.
Brady says, I love how you guys aren't biased about your favorite teams. That's what this is. I mean, this is not a Niners show. This is not a Packers show or Seahawks. This is a group of guys that love talking about football. And we're going to be real. We're going to be real with you. I talk about Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, all about the Niners. Rita's done the same thing about the Packers. This has done the same thing about the Seahawks. How last year, how he was begging Drew Lock to be the starting quarterback. We've all been there. But no, this is just a very unbiased show. We give our real opinions because we're real people.
All right, very nice. And I think the most important thing while we're ranking these teams is we're going to be wrong every single year. There's surprise teams where we thought they were going to be mediocre, maybe even good, and then the worst teams in the NFL. And then there's always those surprise teams that we think they were going to be complete doo-doo, and they become a playoff team. It happens every year. It's a long season. You aren't the same team as when you entered it at the end of the year. There's a lot that can happen. And there's going to be players that surprise us, players that disappoint us, and that's how this league works. That's why it's exciting. That's why we love the NFL, and that's why we continue to cover it and watch it and love it. Do you guys have anything else to say before we end off about your teams, the teams you had in this bottom five? Anything you want to leave off on?
Not about the teams, no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have anything about my teams. I'm just waiting for Thursday. That's when I really know if my bottom five is going to be in that order or if it's going to switch around.
I will say for everyone who's watching in the comment section right now, we are 16 subscribers away from doing a giveaway. So if you guys are watching here, go tell your friends, tell your family, hey, subscribe to this channel. You can unsubscribe afterwards, right? It's totally free. But once we hit 400 subscribers here on YouTube, we will be giving away an authentic, comes with a letter of authenticity, autographed current star player, a jersey. Right. So, I mean, I think the last one we gave was Xavier Howard, right?
Yes.
Was it Xavier Howard? I felt like we gave someone else, Shaquille Bennett. We gave that out to Barrett. Oh, sorry. We gave out a lot of cool players out there, so it's we even got some like hanging up. But Johnny Chat says Rams suck. We just talked about that. They are three players, literally one player away from becoming like a bottom tier team. You got Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, and Cooper Kupp. One of those guys is out, then they're done. So Johnny has Xavier Howard, doo-doo, son. Honestly, I like him. I like him a lot. I like how physical he is, and because he's with the Dolphins. Xavier Howard's with the Dolphins. They just picked up Jalen Ramsey, which we did talk about how he's not the same as he used to be, but he is a presence on that defense. And with Howard and Ramsey there, they're going to make something happen. And honestly, they're going to be competing to be one of the best duos in the backfield in the league. In my personal opinion, I think Xavier Howard still has a lot to show out there in the field. That's, like I said, that's my opinion.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are upcoming.
Yeah. Definitely upcoming. Definitely not bad. Says the Cardinals blow. We all agree on that. You do too.
Keep it going, Johnny. Keep it going, man.
Dude, Johnny doesn't need time. He's like, I know the teams that are doo-doo.
So Brady says, great live stream, guys. Got to go. Hey, Brady, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't yet, go ahead and join our Discord. It's on our YouTube banner. Hit that little Discord icon. You can chat with us. You can give us video topic ideas, and we will do them. So thank you all so much for joining us live. Remember to like and subscribe for when we do our giveaway.
Okay, I like it.
Sorry.
Oh. Lions and Panthers, real deal with the Eagles.
Get out of here, boy. Get out of here. Hey, Lions and Panthers, real deal.
I don't know about Panthers.
Come on, dude. Same thing with the Lions. Same thing with the Lions mid-tier, right? Lions mid-tier team. But you're going to put them out there with the Super Bowl runner-ups? I'm not going to put them with the Super Bowl runner-ups. These are Panthers. You get excited, right? Like people got excited when Johnny Manziel was drafted by the Cleveland Browns. You're excited. I'm pumped. These guys are going to be good. Hey, man, let's chill out a little bit, okay? Let's remember this guy's a rookie. We don't know how he's going to be. New head coach. We don't know how he's going to do. Don't like it.
Like it. Caleb says, I think I'm watching Draft Day today. Very good movie. I watched
I
the.
do
I
like
think
that
I watched the whole movie on TikTok.
I still haven't seen it.
You can
Same
find
here.
it on TikTok, man. Whole
Great
thing's
film
on
with Kevin
there.
Costner. Great film.
I heard. I've heard, it's very unrealistic.
Oh
Also,
yeah,
though.
they
Like,
gotta
the
add
amount
some
of-
drama.
The amount of things that happen all in like one day time, completely stupid.
Says Denver
Uh,
stinks.
Very
Bills,
true.
Dolphins, Jets, Pats.
I'm guessing they're good.
Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Denver. I don't know what he's listing.
Those are
Oh, he's
divisions.
putting division.
Are you ranking divisions?
He's already doing it, man.
I think
He's
he
got
is.
it locked.
This guy's on top. I don't know. This guy put Panthers, Saints, Falcons, Bucks as his next one.
I don't know where this is going now.
Yeah, Johnny, you and I, we gotta have a little chat, all right? Just like your name. We gotta
All right,
adjust your
Caleb.
lineup here.
Caleb says mid-team. Lions are mid-team. Love the head coach Gigum. Is he a Nagy?
Caleb?
Oh no, Dan Campbell.
Is he?
I have no idea. He might be. I'll look
I
it
mean,
up.
I could see the energy, you know. He's got like an Aggie energy type thing.
Speaking of energy, this guy's energy is too much right here. He says, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys. Guys, if you can hear me, trust me, we can hear
Commanders,
you.
dude.
Commanders are doo-doo. Hey, man, I'm going to stick by my guns here. All right? Commanders, I know the time has passed. They lost their chances of getting a good quarterback. They're one QB away from being probably one of the best teams in this division, if not the best team in this division. But I wouldn't count them out just yet. I'm not counting them out. I'm not doing it.
I think they're a 7-win team this year.
A 7-win team?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
They
not
got.
bad.
Don't get me wrong though. I think they have one of the best D lines in the NFL.
If they stay healthy.
Yeah, if they're healthy.
It's annoying, man. It's players. Yeah. So Caleb says the head coach is an Aggie.
Yeah, I looked it up. It is true. Yep.
Wow.
Gigum.
Dan Campbell, MCDC.
Didn't know that. Johnny is just listing more. But yeah, appreciate every single one of y'all being here. Like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button for a chance to enter into one of our giveaways, which, you know, roughly is worth more than $70. Yeah. Last one we did was like $110.
I don't like this Johnny guy no more.
I like him. Johnny, I like you. There's one message I can share with the world. The Packers are doo-doos.
Listen here.
Oh my
We ain't
god.
gonna be that bad. We're not gonna be that bad.
I want this guy in our Discord. I'm invited into our Discord.
Yeah, post that Discord. I want I want to see that.
I want him on there. How do I invite? I don't even know how to invite people.
I'll do it for you.
You're a Discord invite guy.
I know. Where is it?
Caleb is
Right,
asking,
people,
when
there
are
you
we doing NCAA football? That is his interest. That's tough.
That's a hard world to get into, man. You got to know, you got to live and breathe NCAA football to even know what's going on. There's so many teams.
There is
No
a
idea
lot.
what's going on.
You
All I
know,
know is that A&M sucks every year. Every year.
I mean,
you don't hear that stadium rocking no more, Reed.
It rocks no matter what. But man, do we get hyped up for nothing?
if we get a community going on, we could get something going, especially in our
Sure.
Discord. I know you haven't joined just yet, Caleb, but if you create a Discord, which is totally free, and join it, we will make a next category of NCAA, and we could actually get that going on. Definitely is. Can't deny that there. But I think that's all we got for today, huh, Reed?
I think that's it. You know, as like we said at the beginning of this thing, there's not a lot of news going on in the NFL right now. It's kind of dead, dry time. But don't you worry, we cover it all. Whatever stories that come up, you can catch them all here at NSP. Cool.
Are you doing the outro?
I'll do the outro. All right.
I thought you were doing it right then and
Well,
there.
you were taking control of it, so I thought you were going to do it. You gotta be more clear with your baton handoff. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the chats. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you enjoyed this. If you guys are on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It helps us so much. As I said, AJ said we were trying to do a giveaway soon, and all you have to do is hit subscribe. It's free. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Go Pack. Oh,
What
Keep
the
on bragging.
hell?